THAD bisa memaparkan esainya dengan waktu 10 menit. Oke, kepada THD disilakan.
First for committee can screen record and screen share.
Yeah, we are able to see it. Thank you.
Okay, I will start my presentation in 3, 2, 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, judges and committee. I am Adi Agustina Cahya, student of English Literature, Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I am currently involved in Kampus Mengajar program or teaching assistant of Merdeka Curriculum deployed in a tourism vocational high school in Bandar Lampung. I was wondering that the students are always bringing this one, mobile phone, every day. They scrolling Instagram, TikTok many times. But the questions that I keep in my mind for the last 3 months, how can these students turn these applications for maximizing their potential after they graduate? And this 3 months journey of Kampus Mengajar bring me to express my curiosity and innovative ideas that I can contribute. And through this essay that I am presenting to you right now entitled Digital Literasi for Tourism Vocational School Students to Strengthen Indonesian Tourism Industry. Next slide, please. Okay, Statistik Indonesia in 2019 reported that the tourism industry contributed about 6.4% of Indonesia's total gross domestic product. This is such a huge contribution to the Indonesian company. And then when we talk about tourism industry, we talk about hotel, of course, we talk about cafes, restaurants, transport, and many more. So who works there? Of course, we have professionals with bachelor degree backgrounds, but you know, most of them are actually tourism vocational high school, right? From vocational high school graduates. And then the second is what skills should they need to be a competitive human resource? Of course, customer service, to be good at communication, knowledge of tourism product, leadership, and technology. And then the third is what are the challenges? At least two, I think, the technological skills and mastering in foreign language, especially English. And this is important to advance their career and to survive in global scale industry. Next slide, please. So what I believe in this essay is that if the exposure on digital literacy for the tourism vocational school students can boost their competencies so they are ready to work or maybe opening their business contributing to the tourism industry. So in this context, digital literacy, which is according to Gilster 1997, effectively utilizing various information from digital devices in various contexts is one of the answers to fasten the learning process and skill practices for the students. This is to access information, to develop, for example, tourism competencies, and to know more about tourism trends. Next slide, please. Okay, so here I propose the model of 3 forms of digital literacy called DGTE program. The first is digital literacy for tourism competency. Second is digital literacy for English competency. And then the third, the last, is digital literacy for entrepreneurship competency. Next slide, please. Okay, let me begin by explaining one by one. The first is digital literacy for tourism competency. In this context, means the students learn about culinary arts, hotel management through digital sources and application. And then the second is digital literacy for English competency. Students can learn about, for example, daily conversation for their specific fields to sharpen their skills in global communication with some applications or websites. And the third is digital literacy for entrepreneurship competency. This digital literacy equips them with the skills to manage, to promote their culinary business online and effectively for especially for culinary arts students. Next slide, please. Okay, now we jump to the implementation digital literacy in tourism vocational schools curriculum. But the important thing is that these implementations will be based on the level of their critical thinking. Let me begin with grade 10. So in this level, both culinary arts and hospitality students, they can try to learn about daily conversation in general. Because, yeah, they have to learn first to be brave in speaking English. For the topic, it can be a simple topic such as they can talk about friends, hometown, future, shopping, and the etc. And then after that, teacher can introduce to language skills application like Duolingo to enhance their English proficiency. And then they will be directed to take a test and as their regularly weekly assessment. And then the second is for grade 11. Students have started implementing the project and try to practice or learn about English conversation according to their fields, such as English for culinary arts and English for hospitality. They can use YouTube, of course, YouTube channel related to that materials to learn how to handle guests, for example, through YouTube channels such as we have learning English online and Lingua TV channel, and of course teacher can introduce them at first, and then yeah, I think this becomes a useful skills for them when they graduate from school, and is the important thing is also useful in global communication. And then the last is for grade 12. Students in this level will be focusing on digital literacy for entrepreneurship competency, especially for a culinary arts student who later can open a business. Then they will learn and practice about making content creation, and then they can learn about how to promote their product, and they can learn how to create good content creation from YouTube channel. I think, for example, copy blogger channel. The goal, of course, is to create content that attracts the potential customers, attracts them to explore more about the culinary products. Next slide, please. Okay, this literacy competency should also be measured. For example, through competency certification like this. It means this certification means shows the information that students have completed these 3 digital literacy training, and then tests with minimum score is 80, which means B. So by having these certifications, students can upgrade, of course, their personal branding to be more competitive in the workplace. So, yep. In conclusion, digital literacy project in vocational schools like tourism, hospitality, and culinary arts make students with essential skills for technology roles in hospitality with different class level. And then also this project provide practical knowledge to diverse digital tools. So this project should be implemented, and it is hoped that it can make them successful in their future. Okay, enough from my explanation. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Oke, terima kasih kepada Teh Ade yang telah memaparkan esainya dengan yang begitu luar biasa. Selanjutnya akan ada sesi Q&A dan pemberian feedback dari juri, yaitu ada Ibu Melisa dan Ayadi. Barangkali boleh Ibu Melisa.
All right, thank you very much. So, should I ask in English or in Bahasa? Hamati, please. Hello?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I necessary to use English or it could be in Bahasa?
Oh, in English, in English.
Oh, okay. All right. Good morning, Teh Ade Agustina Cahya. So I'm going to call you Teteh, yeah, even you're not from Sunda. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
So
that's
I'm
okay.
glad to see you here. Okay. So glad to see you here. I'm interested in this kind of topic, and however, still curious about several things. And I'm sorry that several minutes ago, I just left the Zoom since I got signaling problem here. Okay. Um, it's about the digital literacy. So how important is it? How important is it?
Digital literacy in this technological era is useful because we can like explore information about what kind of information, like maybe we can explore and develop our knowledge with digital literacy. For example, we can search the information from social media. So it is important, I think. So it is interesting to be like present this topic.
All right. So thank you. I'm going to have another question. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Then if you think that it's very important, then how do you define this digital literacy actually? What kind of what should what is the specific area of this digital literacy in the vocational school?
Yeah, for the specific, yeah, I think for maybe we can take the example for culinary arts students. They can know like new recipes, or how can they demonstrate their food, and then how can maybe know about how to market their product. Maybe later they can open a business, so maybe they can learn and explore how to market their product with like YouTube channel maybe. So you can learn from that.
All right. So in this uh, report, so what you quote as digital literacy is not only knowing, but then using or get the benefits of what is it? The digital tools that currently are popular, yeah, for them. So do they need is this kind of digital literacy actually need to be known, and there a lot of applications there, a lot of social media there, a lot of according to you, do they need to know all of the apps that seems really needed for them to help them with their job then?
Of course, from I said before that in implementation in grade 10, they have to know about for example, language application like Duolingo, the namely Duolingo. So it is with this application they can learn how to talk, how to speaking in English for their global communication later on their career. I think is a important application for them to learn, because they later work in hospitality field.
All right. Thank you very much. Then, Ayadi, please continue the questions.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Ibu. Okay, so actually what you wrote right here is a very interesting. It's digital literacy for tourism vocational student. But I have a one question I need to ask. So what kind of method? Because in essay, actually we have to solve the problem. So right here, it's just like a concept that you want to propose to the others. And what kind of method you want? I can see that in the thesis statement on your essay, written. It was written DGTE program or something like that. But when I when I scroll down on the pages, it's just like it shows that you more explaining the three core concepts rather than what is the GTE program and how it works in the implementation. So that's the question. How what do we call it? Why don't you put the title like DGT program, something like that, instead of because if we position ourselves as a reader, it will be like oh, okay, digital literacy for tourism vocational high school to strengthen Indonesian tourism, but what methods? And then we need to deep into that kind of method you want to explain.
Uh, is it feedback or question, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah. The question is why don't you put the DGTE program? What is the reason for that? You don't emphasize, because usually for example, the effectiveness or the impact of such program in uh whatever like the effectiveness of blah 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 application in uh I don't know, in curriculum or something like that. So we have the method right there. What kind of what things that can improve, what the new things that we want to propose in the essay, something like that. So why don't you put the title that? Could you give me the reason for that?
I think I think I already put the method like the implementation the step like the first teacher
Mhm.
can introduce the application, the teachers can shows them the YouTube channel related to the materials, and I think it's already part of the method, sir. So but it's I think I forgot it's not the method, so I think it will be my feedback. Well, thank you.
Okay. Okay. And then another question actually raises like uh grade 10, grade 11, and then grade 12. So all of them are going to be treated in a DGT program or that kind of program for the first grade as well.
Yes, each of the grade is of course implement the DGT program step by step in according their critical thinking, so the step by step.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Miss.
Oke, terima kasih kepada THD dan kepada Ibu Marisa dan Ayadi yang telah eh, menyampaikan Q&A maupun feedbacknya, dan kami memohon maaf apabila ada Q&A atau yang tidak terjawab ataupun feedback yang tidak begitu tersampaikan karena waktu yang sangat terbatas seperti itu. Oke, langsung saja kita ke penampilan selanjutnya, yaitu ada pemaparan esai kedua yang akan dipaparkan oleh Teh Osi Nurfiani dari Universitas Siliwangi. Oke, halo Teh Osi.
Halo,
Oke, tadi kita udah speak dulu ya di awal ya.
iya.
Oke, jadi barangkali Teh Osin juga bisa enjoy ya untuk memaparkannya saat ini. Oke, langsung saja untuk pemaparan selanjutnya ada dari Teh Osin Nurfiani. Kepada Teh Osin Nurfiani, disilakan.
Wait a minute. Can you? I don't see the screen.
I've already been able to see it.
Oh,
Silakan bisa dimulai, Teh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. The honorable judges and the participants who attend this morning. I hope all of you have the good condition. My name is Osin Nurfiani from English Education Department from Siliwangi University. Here, I will present my essay with the title EDSA Application, Education about Cultural with OSI, Best Strategy for Loving Cultures in the Globalization Era. Next slide, please. All right, I divided my presentation into 3 sections. The first one is the introduction, and the second one is how to use the application, and finally, the conclusion. Next slide, please. All right, our daily life has changed significantly as a result of the integration of technology into our daily lives. As everyone knows, the era of globalization that makes it easier for us to do almost everything, like including searching for information and knowledge. To change the impact of globalization into effort to strengthen cultural participation, we need to stop for a moment, think critically, reflect, and make new ideas. Like a double-edged sword, globalization has a number of negative impact of human life. Cultural exchange between nations can foster greater tolerance and understanding between people of different cultures, which is one of the benefits of globalization in the cultural field. And globalization in the cultural sector also has a negative impact that must be avoided. The bad impact is the dominance of dominant cultures which endangers local cultural diversity. And why I choose this topic is, the reason I choose this topic is because globalization can have both good and bad impact on Indonesian cultures. Therefore, effort need to be made to protect local Indonesian cultures. Using the EDSA education about cultural with OSI, this application to love cultures and increase the level of cultural information literacy is one way to preserve a culture while taking advantage of the good impact of globalization. Next slide, please. And what is EDSA application? EDSA application is a link from the Google site, which can be an application about various Indonesian cultures, love of regional cultures, and short story containing cultural elements, typical West Japanese foods, the most popular traditional Indonesian dance. This application designed simply so that anyone can access it with creative learning and increasing literacy by utilizing the development of globalization in a positive direction to increase our love of cultures and is strategy for loving cultures in the globalization era. This application was made by myself with the editing and creativity skills that I have. I like something that can be useful for other people, such as I usually create useful content on social media such as in Instagram, TikTok, and makes motivational quotes. I made this application for 2 weeks. I watched tutorial for making this application on YouTube. Previously, I also had a learning application called Incredible Learning Education, which is 3 language learning application: English, Sundanese, Indonesian, and we can also learn 3 language and in the form of a language application that is usable for anyone who wants to learn a language. Next slide, please. And how to use this application? To use this application, it's so simple. You can download it, the link you can see on the screen, and after that, the user can enjoy all the feature available in the EDSA application. I also add a video I made myself about the importance of studying local cultures, because as a college student, I want to invite and introduce culture to other people. And next slide, please. All right, here are some review from people who have used this EDSA application. As you can see on the screen, they are from another university and also from Al-Mutakin students where I did my independent study internship. They felt helped by this application. And also, next slide, please. All right, in the last session, in this conclusion, we can see technology is developing very rapidly, and along with it, human work will become easier, such as technological advance also influence students' Indonesian cultures. From this application made by myself, we can continue to learn and to introduce Indonesian cultures by utilizing technology, education, people about diversity, mutual respect, and this action will help us to love the cultures in the era of globalization. Here are some quotes from Kofi Annan. We may have different religions, different language, and also different color skins, but we all belong to one human race. That's all from me. Back to Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke, terima kasih kepada pemaparan esai dari Teh Osi yang sangat luar biasa. Selanjutnya akan ada sesi Q&A dan feedback oleh Dewan Juri. Kepada Ibu Melisa dan Ayadi Supriyadi, disilakan.
Thank you very much. So Ayadi will give the question first. Why not?
All right. I was actually wanting to ask you, like, do you really make this application? Because somehow we need, like, what do we call it, like some technical some expert to do it, and you've already made it yourself, and that's a great thing. Already it's been answered. What else? Oh yeah, how long have you been using this application, using promoting and using using this application?
All right, I promote this application 1 week to introduce to my friends and also my best friend, my students, and because I have always want in the last to create learning application. I also often to make design about language information, and I share some on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I want to be someone who is useful for other people, such as.
Okay, so unconsciously you are digitally literate as well yourself. Congratulations. Yeah, I don't have any question. It's been answered actually.
Okay, so
sir.
let me okay. Hi Tehosi, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so it sounds great that you can even make applications, right? So I'm quite curious in which part that in your essay you put the results of your you've mentioned that you've shared, okay, the application. You have promoted the application to the students then, and in which part that you put the reactions, their experience in your essay?
The experience when I making this application, ma'am?
No, the experience of the user.
I don't put in my essay, but I also put in my presentation here.
Okay, so I think it's a kind of very important thing when you have this kind of application, and then your background is so strong that the current era, which a lot of students, let's say, they do not really know their own culture well, then you could directly making this kind of application, but then it's really what a pity that you did not put the result of the experience of the user here. So what is actually informed by the essay here, your essay, what is actually would you like to kind of highlight with your essay?
I can my essay is about I choose this topic about the cultures, ma'am, and I think the cultures is national identity as a unique characteristic of a nation. Therefore, we can to maintain and we can to introduce for other people to loving the cultures, and also the this is so important part of the Indonesia has a variety of cultures from the generation to the generation, and also I want to give the positive impact for to other people.
Okay, all right, thank you. So further, then you can add that points, yeah. I mean the results of the experience.
Do we still have time?
Yes.
Okay. I have one feedback as well for you. Be careful with the writing, especially with the referencing, because it's very important to be noticed as well. And also, one thing to notice is, as Bu Melissa said, that you have to put the data, the reviews of the participant as the data in your essays. It's very important in essay writing. Something like that, okay?
Yes. All right. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I
Thank
got
you, ma'am.
trouble with my signal, our UN friends. All right, that was it.
Oke, Ibu Melisa, apakah sudah bergabung kembali bersama kami?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh iya, aman ya Ibu ya?
I have no idea the signal,
Oke,
some technical problem.
barangkali untuk sesi Q&A dan pemberian feedbacknya, apakah sudah selesai?
Okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah,
So, what I would like to do now is that I'm going to check out that, what is it, the name? EDSA application, yeah? Okay. Okay.
With Aussie. Highlight
With
my name, ma'am.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Before in the course professional listening and speaking, I also made the video about education with Aussie, with the video like 4 tips to improve speaking skills, ma'am. And I like for the like that.
All right. Okay. That's all from me. How are you? And I think Ayadi is also done with the feedback.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir.
you're most welcome.
Oke, barangkali untuk sesi Q&A dan pemberian feedback dari Dewan Juri sudah tersampaikan. Teman-teman, apabila mau memberikan give applause, boleh untuk lewat reaction ya, tidak menutup kemungkinan kita untuk mengapresiasi setiap penampilan dari rekan-rekan sekalian yang mengikuti perlombaan NESTION EDSA Festival 6.0 pada kali. Selanjutnya. Oke, selanjutnya akan ada pemaparan esai ketiga yang akan dipaparkan oleh Teh Rahma Khairani dari Universitas Siliwangi. Teh Rahma, apakah sudah bergabung?
Sudah.
Oke, boleh cerita sedikit Rahma persiapannya sejauh ini?
Sejauh ini persiapannya cukup berat juga untuk saya karena beberapa ada banyak tugas, tapi untung saya bisa sambil mengerjakan untuk mempersiapkan material presentasi dan juga latihan. Semoga saya bisa untuk mempresentasikannya dengan baik. Anyway, this is my first time join the essay competition, so I'm kinda nervous.
Oke, terima kasih Teh Rahma. Langsung saja untuk pemaparan esai kepada Teh Rahma Hairani, disilakan.
Sorry, I can see my PowerPoint.
No, we haven't.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
now, yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges and all the participants here, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rahma Hairani from English Education Department in Siliwangi University. I would like to present my essay about which is the title Baduy Tribe and its Tremendous Culture, Resisting Modernization. Next. Here are the table of contents, the definition of Baduy tribe, tradition that exists in the Baduy tribe, the impact of modernization, and the reason why Baduy tribe rejects modernization. Next. So, what is the Baduy tribe? The Baduy tribe is a Sundanese ethnic group that resides in the Kendeng Mountains in the Lebak Regency of Banten. According to local tales and folklore from Banten, Baduy derives its name from a residential area. The area's name originates from a spring called Cibaduy, which was later renamed Sendang Cibaduy after the exiled tribe founded the village. Next. So, what are the Baduy tribe's traditions? There are several traditions here. First, traditional clothing. Traditional clothing in the inner Baduy and outer Baduy have a distinct clothing styles. From the inner Baduy, they have wearing white and black, but for the outer Baduy, they have a clothes white and dark blue. And second, traditional tools. They have golok, kujang, and lodong, and these tools are essential for their daily activities, such as farming. And the third, rice planting ceremony. They called ngasuk in Sundanese to celebrate the rice planting season. A hole is made in the land with a sharpened wood. And the fourth, birth and marriage ceremonies. They perform religious rituals to celebrate the birth of a person and marriage process. And the fifth is belief systems. They adhere to teachings of their ancestors called Sunda Wiwitan, and they believe in one God, Gusti Nu Maha Suci, Allah Nu Maha Kuasa in Sundanese. And the kinship system. They have a bilineal kinship system, following the lineage of both father and mother. And the next, Kawalu ceremony. It is a traditional event where they come together to celebrate and express gratitude for agricultural produce. And last, Ngalaksa and Seba ceremonies. Ngalaksa is another ritual where they make laksa and expresses appreciation for agricultural from their fields. And Seba is significant ritual of friendship between the Baduy government and also the national government. Next. Here are the impact of modernization. With modernization, the Baduy tribe has become more visible, attracting tourists who are interested in their traditional customs. However, this increased tourism has negatively impacted the tribe, leading to pollution and discomfort. Next. And the reason why Baduy tribe rejects modernization is the Baduy tribe rejects in order to preserve their ancient traditions, cultural identity, and environmental stability. They believe that modernization and external influence can result in the swift diffusion of foreign cultures and leading the erosion of local tradition and the potential harm to their ethical values. They prioritize the preservation of the cultures and the Baduy tribes' rejection of modernization also reflected in their rejection of technology, such as electricity, mobile phones, and the internet. They believe that access to certain application and content can be against their custom and moral values, and also leading to moral decline among future generations. So the Baduy tribes' determination to maintain their customs and traditions comes from their strong attachment to their cultural heritage and the importance they place on preserving the sanctity of ancestral tradition. In conclusion, my essay is highlight about cultural heritage in Indonesian culture that we must protect in so they can still exist in the future. That's all from my presentation.
Oke, terima kasih Teh Rahma yang telah menyampaikan esainya dengan sangat luar biasa. Untuk sesi selanjutnya akan ada Q&A dan pemberian feedback oleh Dewan Juri. Kepada Ibu Melisa dan Ayadi Supriyadi, disilakan.
Thank you very much. So, good morning, Darama.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I would like to ask you about the let's say when you write an essay, there must be a kind of aims or goals. So actually, what is your goal by making this essay about Baduy, right?
All right. The aims of my essay is to introduce a lot of people that Indonesian has a Baduy tribe as a heritage culture, and we must keep protect this culture as much as possible so they can replace with the foreign cultures because nowadays globalization and westernizations um, impact to the young generation, so they love uh, westernization. They love foreign cultures, not Indonesian culture.
Okay. Okay. So thank you. So it means that your essay is actually trying to have a kind of position essay that you do agree about the condition in which Baduy it's okay with the current condition. They do not need to be they do not need to adapt current situation. You mean so?
Yes, ma'am. And also, first time I choose this topic because I see the news about revocation of electricity from government at the Baduy tribe. So I thought of taking about the cultural perceptions. I did some research, it turned out that were a lot of interesting things about the existing culture, and I was curious how they could live without the technology because nowadays sophisticated era like now is important.
So have you considered any other sources dealing with how the human, let's say, if we saw Maslow pyramid of, we have a kind of four levels of needs, right? And dealing with the way they live currently, do you think the needs are fulfilled as human?
From I research before, the inner Baduy still keep their culture, but from the outer Baduy, they can use electricity such as mobile phones and television.
All right. Um, so seeing the title of your essay, it seems like you are really willing to keep Baduy as do not provoke them with any technologies, with any new cultures there. So that's what you think, yeah? All right. Thank you. Ayadi, please.
All right. Actually, the question was the same, like purpose of the essays, but now uh it's more like what I can see is more like a concept essay, because your main argument, there is no really like a strong argument, because you can say that it's like wanting to preserve the culture, westernization, avoid the westernization, something like that. But the point here, also we need to emphasize in the essay, it's like a feedback for me. You have to position yourself right here. For example, if you want to preserve the culture, then how? And then you see some methods to deal with that. So yeah, your essay will elaborate more on that area, something like that. So you have a focus, what we call as thesis statement. That's yeah, the main argument on the essay.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Oke, terima kasih kepada Jiwan Duni yang telah menyampaikan feedback maupun Q&A-nya. Terima kasih juga kepada Teh Rahmat. Oke, langsung saja kita ke peserta selanjutnya, yaitu ada Teh Syarifah Aulia.
Halo,
Oke, halo, selamat pagi Teh Syarifah.
selamat pagi.
Oke, boleh cerita sedikit nih untuk eh, persiapan Teh Syarifah?
Untuk persiapannya itu, alhamdulillah, walaupun mungkin agak berat dikit ya, soalnya kan ini kayak lintas jurusan kayak gitu, dari peternakan langsung ke Inggris. Jadi masih ya agak berat juga, tapi alhamdulillah terlaksana. Dan I didn't think so, I can become a finalist. Itu tuh kayak wow gitu. Karena kan soalnya saya itu kan dari peternakan ya Kak. Nah, terus masih mahasiswa baru juga, jadi Inggrisnya juga mungkin masih agak kurang.
Oke, terima kasih Teh Syarifah. Oke, sebelumnya di sini saya mau mohon maaf dulu apabila untuk Zoom-nya agak sedikit macet karena the connection is unstable karena di Tasik sekarang lagi musim hujan, teman-teman. Barangkali di Palembang di sana Teh Syarifah apakah sudah turun hujan?
Alhamdulillah cerah.
Oke, oke, tanpa berlama-lama lagi kita akan menyaksikan pemaparan esai oleh Teh Syarifah. Kepada Teh Syarifah Aulia, disilakan.
Okay, the screen, please. Okay, before I start my presentation, there is saying that Jalaluddin Rumi said, We carry the wonders we seek outside. The meaning, ourselves have carried the wonders that others don't have. So we must confident with ourselves. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Widongtian. Shalom. Hello everyone, I'm Sarifa Aulia from University of Sriwijaya. I'm also very grateful to the host who held this event and give me opportunity to presentation my Asian, namely innovation in processing animal product through GOGSIM, God Galaxy Milker, focused on IoT based goat milking solution. Okay, respectable jurists, the main idea I'm including an Internet of Things based goat milking into integrate IoT technology to increase efficiency, health, and productivity in goat milking process. The reason I choose this theme that there is a still lack of goat milking production on the market due to price may be too high, as well as a lack of innovation in the goat milking equipment. And this tool can also detect the quality of milk production in goats and detect mastitis early. Okay, next screen. This is the material from the GOGSIM. The first is pump or vacuum parts. This material used to create the vacuum pressure needed to suck milk from the goat's teeth, and the IoT will be placed in section. Secondly is pipes and hoses are used to connect the pump or section unit to the milking unit will be connected on the goat's teeth. These channels carry air and milk from the goats to the collection tank. The collection unit. It consists of a cup or tube that's placed over the goat's teeth. Each milking unit created a closed area to suck the goat's milk, and the goat's teeth has its own milking unit transfer into a holding container. Finally, our milk collection tank. This barrel is used to store goat's milk. This container be hygienic and easy to maintain in quality of the milk. And last is control system. Goat milk machine adjustable control of safety system is so important to avoid injury to the goat or farmer during a milking time. Apart from the main part above, goat milking machine can also be equipped with additional parts such as drawing motor, milk flow detection sensor, screen display, or monitoring indicator lights or Internet of Things or IoT. Although IoT technology has brought advancements in monitoring and controlling milking machines, the key components mentioned above are still an integral part of the goat milking process. Okay, next screen. This is the features from the GOGSIM. In the first feature is to log in, and the users can log in the GOGSIM first before use. And this application can in the Play Store. And second feature is if the users forgot the password, I can make the new password. And next, this is the features home. In the feature homes, that's a feature consultation. The users can consultation the problem from during farmers in the dairy goats and veterinarians and livestock. The users can choose the favorite veterinarian or livestock expert. And then feed shop. This feed shop for the farmers dairy goats can access the shop for sell the feed for the goats. And my check this for users can check exchange information for drawing the dairy goats. And then the last is my wallet. Okay, next screen. This is feature for the start. The users can start the goat milking process with the feature, and then to market this, the users can market their products from the goat's milking in this feature. And the last is profile. Okay, next screen. The Google SIM has SWOT analysis. The first is strength. First, high efficiency. IoT-based goat milking machines can increase milking efficiency, allowing more goats to be milked in a short time. Second, real-time automate. The ability to link goat health and productivity in real time can help identify problems more quickly. Thirdly, data collection. IoT helps collect detailed data on milk production and goat health, which can be used to make better decisions. And last, remote control. The ability to control machines remotely allows farm owners to operate efficiency even from a distance. The second is weakness. The weakness from the gold sim that the brass IoT sensor is expensive, so not everyone can use them. Second is using IoT technology means that new network disruption or equipment failure can temporarily disrupt. And the solution from the weakness that the role of investor in financing the gold sim project is very necessary. Second, government policy in the form of gold subsidies is also needed to it's easy to reach. Third, there is hardware and software that can be activated if the main device fails. This will reduce the impact of a system outage. And last, always have a reliable backup internet connection. Can use technology such as cellular networks as a backup if your primary connection HWB experience problem. And three is opportunity. First, increase productivity. Google SIM can increase the productivity of dairy goats. There will be potentially increasing income. Two, emerging markets. Demand of goat milk continues to increase because it is considered culture, and Google SIM can help farmers meet this demand. And last is product innovation. The continued development of new features and function on GoSim can open the door of two innovation products. And last, it's rates. First is data security. IoT connection can become a security gap if not properly guarded, with the risk of data hacking or system disruption. Two, network availability, especially in rural areas, network availability issues and disrupt to the function of IoT-based milking solution. The solution from the data security is prioritize data and network security project data from cyber threats by using firewalls, encryption, and other security measures to avoid damage and hacking. And the solution of network ability that governments can implement subsidy or incentive programs to encourage private internet service providers to invest in rural areas and provide affordable internet access and build community connection content is rural areas where people can access the internet together. This can help overcome individual. Okay, next screen. Next screen. Okay. And also, the Google SIM have a pastel analysis. Okay, for conclusion. And conclusion from this, users tool can also detect the quality of milk production in goats and detect mastitis in every goat. Although detection of mastitis is important because subclinical mastitis is easier to treat, cheaper, and has greater chance of cure, while late-stage clinical mastitis is more difficult to treat and more expensive. And this technology uses an IoT system that can milk goats up to mentally and can be run via a smartphone. Okay, that's all my presentation. I return to the moderator. Thank you.
Oke, terima kasih kepada Bu Syarifah yang telah menyampaikan langsung saja kepada Q&A dan pemberian feedback oleh Dewan Juri kepada Ibu Melisa dan Ayadi.
All right. I think Bu Melissa is in another occasion as well, so I will handle the Q&A session right here. Okay. Now, Saripah, so is it your first time writing an essay or something? How would you say that?
Sorry, the number Julius. If English is first time, but I'm ever presentation my essay, but with Indonesian language, not English. Like
Okay. Okay. Also, the feedback is in essay writing, we should follow such structure, the existing guidelines. This is very important to be highlighted. Okay. Uh, Actually, your idea is feasible already. I mean, you promote what your argument is, and then the application. I want to ask, is this application already in Google Play Store, right?
yes, this
Or
my innovation and maybe can develop again for in the future and help the goat farmers in the future and we take the uh, productivity of milk from dairy goats.
but is it already on a such Play Store or something, or not yet?
Haven't this just my innovation and later and can develop again.
Okay. Okay, so you create that concept and the picture. How do you? But have you designed that application? Because I can see that there were some screenshots from your screen, that there were some menus, profiles, or something like that. Were that created by you or not?
Yes, I'm create it and what? This is just my innovation and the feature is what? Yes, from my
You can
in
say it in Bahasa as well. That's okay.
okay. And it's just my innovation and I wanna this will be developed again and the application is later can make it application.
But how do you design that? Do you design by using Canva, or how?
Okay,
Because
okay,
there were
this
some
I'm using this
screenshots.
using okay. Thank you for the question. I using the I copied this from Canva and I use my imagination for the application later.
All right. Yeah. So that's what I can see from your presentation. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Oke, terima kasih kepada Ayadi selaku Dewan Juri menyampaikan Q&A dan feedbacknya. Barangkali untuk Ibu Melis berhalangan hadir karena beliau menjadi moderator untuk sidang. Tapi jangan kecil hati dulu teman-teman. Video teman-teman juga di record, nanti bisa beliau dan memberikan feedback. Jadi untuk penilaiannya nanti aman ya. Oke, untuk penampilan terakhir yaitu ada Teh Ulfa Mafrido dari Universitas Siliwangi. Apakah sudah bergabung bersama kami di sini?
Sudah.
Oke, halo Teh Ulfa.
Halo, Alahyu.
Oke, boleh bercerita sedikit nih untuk sejauh ini persiapannya untuk Final Nation.
Persiapannya ya menyiapkan PPT udah pasti, menyiapkan skrip untuk presentasi, tapi jujur saya sebenarnya tidak sampai sini karena ini pertama kali saya ikut lomba essay.
Oke, good luck ya Ulfa. Langsung saja untuk pemaparan essay kepada Teh Ulfa, Mafido, silakan.
Sorry, I can't see my PowerPoint.
Yeah, now I can see it.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the honorable judges and our participant present this morning. Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Ulfa Mafrido. I'm from English Department, Education Department of Siliwangi University. And now I would like to present my essay entitled Digital Literacy as an attempt to become smarter in using artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. All right, here's some of things we will discuss. First, potential benefits and dangers of AI, and then importance of digital literacy, then skills of digital literacy and tips to develop the skills. Next slide, please. All right, as we know, we live side by side with technology. So the popular ones is the AI, artificial intelligence. And according to Britannica 2023, AI is the ability of digital computer to perform tasks commonly associated with the intellectual processes characteristic of humans, such as the ability to reason, discover meaning, generalize, or learn from past experience. And of AI, their benefit, AI can be useful or harmful. So as you can see on the screen, first, potential benefits of AI are greater accuracy for certain repeatable tasks, then decrease operational cost, increase personalization, improve decision making in certain situations, ability to quickly generate new content. But AI can harmful, such as job loss due to increased automation, potential for bias or discrimination, possible cybersecurity concerns, lack of transparency, and potential to create misinformation. I found there are some of my friends who use AI to do their assignments, so they look for answer on like ChatGPT without checking back. So, which means it is the result of AI. So, therefore, we must be wiser in using AI by improving digital literacy skills. So, I chose this topic because it is to raise the audience's digital literacy awareness as one of the attempt to be wise in using AI technology. This needs to be understanding of technology in order able to make good use of it. Next slide, please. All right, digital literacy is more than just using computers. They must be able to use technology to find and create content, solve problems, and innovate. They need to be able to connect and communicate effectively online, learning, collaborative with peers, and discover and share new information. So by improving our digital literacy, we can increase our understanding of technology. All right, next slide. Sorry, next slide. All right. These are some skills we should in digital literacy. First, general computing skills is the first skills we should improve because to apply digital media for everyday use. Next, research. being able to find relevant information to operating the digital platforms, and then adapting to technological innovation. Because when technological advances are presented every day, like, and then collaborate with others on a variety of digital platforms, the level of understanding of terms and familiarity with general digital media. So, to leverage features to their full potential. Next slide, please. All right, that some tips that will help you develop and improve our digital literacy skills. First, experimenting with digital tools such we can start use of AI, some of AI, then stay up to date with new technological developments, and focus on your most profitable digital technologies and platforms, adopting a lifelong learning mindset, taking online courses on different digital technologies and how to use them, and then ask for help when using the new technology. Next slide, please. All right, I think that's all my presentation on my essay. Thank you for paying attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Langsung saja untuk
Okay, thank you very much. So I can see that your essay want to emphasize the AI, and you provide the balanced argument right here, the benefits and the disadvantages that that AI can provide. So in general, here's the feedback first for me from me. You can specify which AI you want to introduce, because if it's in general, it will be a bigger concept and need what do we call it, like okay, AI, what do I know? It's an artificial intelligence. It can help us conceptually like that, you know. It's a concept essay. That's why it's a so for example, you can create a title like this. Typeset.io as a tool for academic reading, something like that. Apa namanya, misalnya kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia itu typeset aplikasi atau website untuk membaca secara akademik, membaca jurnal lebih cepat kayak gitu. Itu apa namanya, kita punya certain website kayak gitu. Jadi ada yang ingin dikenalkan, terus apa urgensinya kita memilih hal tersebut kayak gitu ya. But overall it's good. Now the question is, how did you write your references? Because it's related to digital literacy as well. So how did you write reference the references in your essay? Can you answer that one?
Or references, my references from Britannica, with Britannica 2023, and
no, I mean, how did you referencing it? How did you use? What is the tool to use the referencing?
Oh, like ChatGPT or some like Perplexity and.
So right here in your essay, at the bottom of the page, there are some references already, and then how did you manage to write those references? Daftar pustaka. Referensi.
Daftar pustaka.
Ya, menggunakan aplikasi apa?
Oh, I use Quillbot, but I with APA style like this.
Okay, so be careful with the citation machine style because we cannot automatically put the website and then we copy paste uh, the citation result because it can also make a mistake. So that's a part of digital literacy as well. So that's why I asked you because it's a part of digital literacy, and it's a good thing. At the end, you mentioned that we have to be a lifelong learner to be digitally literate, right? So now we learn as well right here. So when it comes to referencing, we need to be careful with okay, this is AI, but how can we use it? We need to recheck it again because some of the referencings are missing, something like that. Okay, this is very important. Overall, the presentation is good, interesting for me.
Thank you.
Great.
Oke, terima kasih kepada Teh Ulfa yang telah menyampaikan esainya. Dan terima kasih juga kepada Bang Juri yang telah memberikan Q&A dan feedback-nya. Oke, barangkali untuk sesi esai telah kita laksanakan bersama-sama ya. Telah selesai. Bagaimana teman-teman, kita boleh sharing-sharing dulu ya. Ada Teh Arya atau Teh sama kita. Oke, sepertinya Teh Ade sedang sibuk ya. Oke, ada Teh Rahma. Oh, Teh Ade, oke. Oke, Teh Ade, gimana nih perasaannya udah menyelesaikan, udah pemaparannya itu tadi, udah memaparkan speech-nya. After, apa namanya? Kan tadi kita udah speak sebelum persiapannya ya. Nah, ini setelahnya sekarang setelah mengikuti setelah memaparkan bagaimana perasaannya? Apakah lega, lebih plong gitu apa gimana Teh Ade?
Iya, pastinya untuk para peserta final yang udah presentasi pastinya udah lega ya Kak ya, karena kita udah selesai. Selama pelatihan capek, bikin PPT banyak tugas, akhirnya udah selesai. Jadi seneng, jadi nanti bisa makan-makan. Terima kasih.
Oke, nanti boleh makan-makannya dibagi ke sini Teh Ade ya.
Gak bisa Kak, kejauhan.
Oke, barangkali ada teman-teman dari esai yang ingin menyampaikan sepatah dua patah katanya.
Boleh menyampaikan juga Kak, ada hal yang bisa disampaikan. Kayak gitu.
Boleh banget Ayah, disilakan.
So the important thing right here we can take is if you want, for example, apply for a scholarship in the future, it's a very important thing to write a good essay. So make sure like the thesis statement and the how you structure your essay. It will help a lot in essay writing, especially applying for LPDP. So I'm from I'm LPDP worthy as well. So I hope guys you can also the next part of LPDP and go studying abroad, chase your dream.
Oke, barangkali sudah Hayadi.
Ya, dan itu aja sih. Semangat
Oke.
pokoknya bikin essay.
Siap. Oke, teman-teman, untuk motivasi Ayadi boleh kita tiru juga ya. Nanti semoga kita bisa seperti Ayadi juga untuk bisa mendapatkan beasiswa LPDP ya. Amin. Oke, teman-teman, untuk sebelum kita lanjut ke sesi speech, di sini kita akan istirahat terlebih dahulu selama 15 menit. Oke, untuk teman-teman essay, jangan dulu meninggalkan room, dan untuk teman-teman speech, boleh mempersiapkan speech-nya dulu terlebih dahulu ya. Oke, untuk istirahat 15 menit, kita mulai dari
Di sini negeri kami, tempat padi terhampar, samudranya kaya raya, tanah kami subur tua. Di negeri permai ini, berjuta rakyat bersimbah luka, anak kurus tak sekolah, pemuda desa tak kerja. Mereka dirampas haknya, tergusur dan lapar. Bunda relakan darah juang kami untuk membebaskan rakyat. Mereka dirampas haknya, tergusur dan lapar. Bunda relakan darah juang kami, padamu kami berjanji. Di negeri permai ini, berjuta rakyat bersimbah luka, anak kurus tak sekolah, pemuda desa tak kerja. Mereka dirampas haknya, tergusur dan lapar. Bunda relakan darah juang kami untuk membebaskan rakyat. Mereka dirampas haknya, tergusur dan lapar. Bunda relakan darah juang kami, padamu kami
Wujudkan hadiah impian. Tukar poinmu di Blibli Ticket Rewards Dream On.
Derap semangat bergelora, berkibar panji kejayaan, genapkan juang, bersiap sedia, tetaplah di depan, atasi kebodohan, cerdaskan bangsa Indonesia, sejahtera kita semuanya, kuatkan tekad, bijak bermartabat, negara merdeka kan tetap kita jaga. Abdi bakti bagi pertiwi, karya juangku sepanjang hayat. Universitas Siliwangi takkan lelah, takkan pernah menyerah. Dengan jiwa semangat Siliwangi mengemban cita Ibu Pertiwi, mengabdi ilmu bagi nusa, membangun masa depan cemerlang. Universitas Siliwangi, lambang abadi, insan berbudi, harapan jaya sepanjang masa bagimu negeriku Indonesia.
Itu Oke, apakah dari teman-teman speech sudah bergabung bersama kami di sini? Oke, sebelumnya di sini saya mau mention mengabsen dulu teman-teman speech sekalian ya. Oke, yang pertama ada Kak Frederick Jayasiagaan, apakah sudah bergabung bersama kita? Selanjutnya ada Muhammad Rizky Junaid, apakah sudah bergabung bersama kita di sini?
Sudah, Kak.
Oke, selanjutnya ada Stephanie Trista Amanda Veron, apakah sudah bergabung?
Sudah, Kak.
Oke, selanjutnya ada Teh Marcella, apakah sudah bergabung?
Sudah, Kak.
Oke, selanjutnya ada Saiful Anwar, apakah sudah bergabung?
Sudah, Kak.
Oke, iya. Untuk Ibu Vera, apakah sudah bergabung bersama kami di sini?
Sudah.
Oke.
Ya. Sip.
Untuk Alutfi, apakah sudah bergabung? Alutfi, halo Alutfi. Oke, teman-teman, langsung saja untuk penampilan speech kita akan mulai. Namun sebelum itu saya akan menyerahkan terlebih dahulu kepada moderator, yaitu kepada Amurdi, untuk bisa memimpin penampilan speech kepada Amurdi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final round nation for the speech competition. In this time, there are five finalists in here. Maybe without further ado, I will explain a verse about the mechanism. Yep. For everyone, the timers will start at your command. So you may say, "My speech start in 3, 2, 1," or anything else that maybe indicates that the timer will go on up to your command. All right, and the maximum time is 7 minutes. And the waited times, it has been divided in before. So, oh yeah, and for the timer, when the time is 5 minutes left, I will write it down at the chat column. So you can see it in there. Okay. Without further ado, let's call for the first speaker. Yeah. Hereby we call Marcella from the University State of Jakarta. The time is yours, please, Marcella.
Okay, thank you. So hold on a minute. All right, I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, my lovely audience, the honorable judges, and our working committees, all the friends here in this very Zoom meeting. I hope your day is going well so far. Thank you for this awesome chance, by the way. I really appreciate it. I just love the audience to address all of you instead of the basic ladies and gentlemen, because you are all lovely inside, outside, regardless of what gender and age. I hope you don't mind about that, but I want you to mind about today's interesting but concerning topic for my speech, which is about university student suicide rate nowadays. But before we go any deeper, that's so rude of me of not introducing myself. Hi, I'm Marcella, a freshman English literature student from the Repson State University of Jakarta. Nice to meet you. This speech will be like a journey, and I'll be like your tour guide, so please be my guest and relax. Sorry, I shouldn't be all that jolly because, oh my God, it's sad, right? Nowadays, the amount of university students suicide rate is insane. My deepest condolences, by the way. There are beautiful souls who had a really hard time facing all the problems in the world. I'm glad the committee is bringing this up because this needs to end, especially it happens at university students. We can finally together bury the truth of these evil trends and find the solutions for good. So for this journey, as your tour guides, of course I will tell you what we're gonna dive into so you don't get lost. First, what are the causes of this terrible thing? And second, its consequences. And the last one is the solutions that the university must provide to end this serious issue. The act of ending their own life needs a huge courage. They need to be brave enough to do any kind of that. Just imagine how torturing it is to stand on their shoes. They don't need to be told to just forget it, just forget your problem, or they don't need to be told to be more religious. They need your help. Yes, help, any kinds of help. I'm speaking this from the bottom of my heart. I want you to raise your hand in this very Zoom meeting if you think this is cringe. This is just another Gen Z trend that you think is cringe. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. No one? Thank you so much, my lovely audience. If you don't think so, yes, I really appreciate it. because there are a lot of serious problems that may cause this horror. The causes of this alarming news are multifactored. Psychological factors such as stress, depression, and anxiety plays a significant role. Students are under immense pressure to perform academically, and this can lead to feeling stress and anxiety. Additionally, students may be dealing with personal issues such as family problems or relationship troubles, which can further exacerbate their mental health issues. Social environment factors also contribute to the problem. Students may feel isolated or unsupported in their academic environment. They may also face discrimination or bullying, which can lead to the feelings of hopelessness and despair. As I stated before, they need help. If you have a friend who previously wanted to share a story of their problems, just listen to them. These generations are not weak, but they just need to be listened, and you have to take them from that hell. The consequences of this increasing rate of student suicides are profound and far-reaching. The most immediate devastating impact is the loss of young lives, each one a tragedy that leaves a lasting scar on families and communities. The ripple effects of those losses extend far beyond the immediate circle of friends and family, affecting entire schools and communities. Classmates and teachers may experience grief and trauma, which can affect their own mental health as well and academic performance. The school community may also experience a sense of fear and uncertainty, which can create a stressful environment for other students. Furthermore, each suicide represents a loss of potential, which each student representing a future leader, innovator, or contributor to society. Therefore, the societal impact of students' suicides is immense, underscoring the urgent need for effective prevention and intervention strategies. So, as university, what can we do to ensure our mental health is steady and prevent all of these things, the S words? First is to establish counseling centers on campus and collaborate with psychiatrists and psychologists who can provide free services. I actually get the idea from my university, which has already implemented this approach and has proven to be effective in saving lives. These centers provide a safe space for students to express their feelings and seek help for their mental health issues. The presence of professional mental health practitioners ensure that student receives the appropriate care and treatment. Furthermore, offering these services for free removes the financial barriers that may prevent students from seeking help before. This comprehensive approach addresses the psychological and environment factors contributing to students' suicide and provides a supportive, inclusive environment for students. Another potential solution is to establish anti-bullying or prevention posts on campus. These posts can serve as a place for students to report instances of bullying that they have experiences or witnesses. You can be the witness and you can also report this too. The team in charge, this post could be consist of campus staff, counselors, or psychologists who are trained to handle bullying cases. And don't forget family supports. But sadly, my lovely audience, we reached the end of our journey. A conclusion to make this clear, the rising state of the student suicide isn't a grave concern that requires urgent actions. By understanding the causes and implementing effective prevention strategies, we can hope to reverse this trend and ensure the well-being of our students. So let's contribute to cut these chains and be the ear and light for the people in need. Marcella, thank you so much for your attention, my lovelies. Have a good day.
Wow, amazing. Udah ya? Or maybe the next is feedback session. I will give to the judges, Miss Farah and Mr. Lutfi, the time is for the feedback session.
Okay. Let me start first. Buffet, good morning. I'd like to say congratulations to Marcella for going into final. I think from my set list, Marcella is one of the highest scores that I give to in the previous meeting or session or round. And I'm glad that you make it into the final. And as always, you present something that is really wonderful. So what I see here is that it's just like something that I note from your presentation today, as well as from the previous round as well. You're really good in providing the outline, so we don't lose where we are. So you explain first what are you going to present in this speech, and it helped us or to kind of locate where you are now, so you can also track of your time as well. And then sometimes you do engage with the audience, asking for some questions, asking for some others to think about what's the issue in this topic as well. That's really great. And also, I think you've been provided with the article so that you have the materials on it. But I see a great analysis of your case. Like you know what to say in this kind of the case. So it's really great analysis to show that this is the cause and this is this effect. Even at the very end of the last minute, you do a wonderful closing. And I guess that's very good. So compared to what you present in the selection round, this is much better. And then something that I think is useful for you next time, maybe for the next journey or etc., is to kind of differentiate the tone of your speech, because in the opening you start with really smooth, like lovely, and then you start with the speech really fire throughout everything. So it's just like, oh, that's okay, but try to make it like more emotionally engaged with that. And then later on in the closing you start with the smooth again. So I'm kind of surprised, like, oh ini berapi-api banget, kalau diisi di pembukaan agak-agak gitu ya, apa namanya, lembut gitu. Jadi so throughout the isinya begitu ya, di isinya mungkin bisa diatur juga tone-nya, jadi nggak kayak terlalu berapi-api. But I think itu tergantung case juga, apalagi case ini yang sangat penting tentang suicidal dan sebagainya. Itu perlu diutarakan bahwa ya every little help is matters gitu ya, untuk membantu di case ini. So I think you did really great job, and I present the score already. But again, this is not solely from me, like, oh ya, kalau saya sih kasih nilai yang ini tinggi, tapi nanti akan digabung juga dengan nilai dari panitia lain. So overall, I give you something that you present to me and I mark accordingly. Later on, score yang menentukan, hopefully whatever it takes, apapun hasilnya itu menjadi apa ya, pengalaman yang berkesan buat Marcella begitu ya. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Yeah, Mrs. Vera, you may go on.
All right. Thank you for the challenge. And firstly, congratulations, Marcela. Yeah, you have a good presentation. For me, it's such a very interesting presentation. You briefly in the first, you give me the outline what you are going to speak. So it gives me the clear picture on how you are going to speak. So it's such a good starting for me, and it's such a good impression for me, because it gives us a good picture what you are going to speak. However, I take some of the notes here that I previously I want to hear a lot more on the example of how the suicide example of the suicide that happens recently especially in our country, for example. But I haven't heard about that from your speech, which actually I need more elaborations on that. But overall, it's very good. But this is something that I need to tell you, because I think this is I hope more it from you. Give me the example, the clear example, and the contextual example on how the suicide happened especially in our country, or in our country especially today. But overall, yes, you are a good speaker. I admit it. Okay, and good luck. Hopefully you get the best score. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Miss Vera, and thank you, Alutfi. And kena lagi ya di sini ya. All right, thank you very much for the judging session, Purple Educator from Mr. Lutfi and Mrs. Vera. All right, we move on to the second speaker.
Hello, am I audible?
Okay. Hereby we call Stephanie Trista Amanda Ferren from the University of Diponegoro. The time is yours, please.
Okay, thank you. My speech will begin in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, the honorable judges and all the committee, and also my friends. Thank you for having me today, talking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that is currently being discussed. Many people are following the latest updates in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I am one of the people who follow the current updates in the conflict between Israel and Palestine, and I can guarantee that some of you are also following this case. But to prove the number of people who follow this conflict, did you guys already know and follow the updates of this case? Please raise your hand if you have been following this case and know this case. Please raise your hand. Okay, thank you, Ms. Arifa. Okay, and I will continue my speech. So if we look at the number of people who raise their hands, some of you already know and are following this conflict. As they say, we don't judge something by its cover. So today I'm here not only to speak out about human rights, but I want to open your eyes and minds to know why Palestinian people are receiving this mistreatment from Israel. So the reason behind Israel's attack on Palestine is that Israel's desire to control Palestine is a complex and controversial issue that has deep historical, political, and territorial roots. In addition, Israel's desire that control Palestine is also related to aspirations of the Jewish population for a sovereign state and the historical relationship of the land with Jewish heritage and religious significance. Not only that, there is an issue that has been developed, and we know that the Ben Gurion Canal, which can be considered to replace the Suez Canal, which is expected to generate a huge profit for Israel by taking over Gaza as the place the canal was built, make many profit from Israel. However, is this action justified and profit about humanity? Of course not. Many of you have seen the abuse committed by the Israel army against the Palestinians. Many losses have been caused, starting from the destructions of facilities and infrastructure. And the most pathetic thing is that many people have been killed because of this attack. Imagine how many people have lost their family. Not only that, Israel has also violated the law of war, where actually in the law of war, a country cannot kill civilians and oppress. But what did Israel do? They killed many civilians and oppressed. In addition, the destructions of health facilities is not allowed, but the Israel surrounded many hospitals and bombs fell near hospitals. Moreover, there are many humanitarian challenges faced by Palestinians. For example, the Israel blockade of the West Bank Gaza. They block medical, clean water, electricities, and other basic needs so that this can lead to a complex humanitarian crisis. In addition, the health system in Gaza is overloaded due to a lack of resources, including medical equipment and also medicines and trained personnel. In addition, frequent power outage and damaged infrastructure further degrade living conditions. Not only that, if you look at the TV, news, and social media, you will see that many children's lives has been lost due to this humanitarian crisis. Not only that, for the children who survive, this crisis can cause children in Gaza often face disruptions in education due to conflict and limited resources. In addition, ongoing violence and instability have caused psychological trauma for children and other residents. then are all countries and the UN stay silent about this conflict? Actually, a lot of aid has been sent to Palestine. For example, Indonesia has sent aid for basic needs there. Not only that, Indonesia also conducts fundraising through the Palestinian embassy. Also, the UN agencies also have sent some aid. For example, the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees provides assistance to Palestine citizens. But is the aid enough? In my opinion, Palestine still needs a lot of help. For example, assistance from NGOs that can help Palestine. Also, then what we can do to help Palestinians? We can do like a small things like helping the raise of awareness about the humanitarian crisis issues in Palestine so that everyone can hear and open their eyes to the humanitarian crisis that is happening in Palestine. In addition, we can also send donations to trusted institutions. So let us wake up and not close our eyes to this humanitarian crisis in Palestine. Because the humanitarian issues that is occur in Palestine are not only casual humanitarian issues, but have become genocides or catastrophe. So let us hold our hands and embrace the Palestinians who are fighting for their rights. Just remember, humanitarian above religions. Hopefully, this conflict can be resolved soon in order to create a peaceful and safe world for humanity. That's all my speech that I can convey. Thank you for your attention and see you.
All right, thank you, Stefan, for what a great speech. Okay, we move on to the judging session. Yeah, first, maybe from Miss Vera or maybe from Lutfi.
Oke, izin ya Bu. Halo Stephanie, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Lutfi. How about you?
I'm really great, thank you. So Stephanie is one of my candidates as well to be proposed in the top 5 of the previous selection, and I think you did great in this round as well. So what I see from your speech, so along the way from the very beginning until the end, I take notes of some of the good things that you performed today. Although there's no outline that like Marcela did before, I think it's just like different strategies, just like to differentiate between a participant. But I think I can see where you are going. So from the first, you tell about this current situation and then your analysis and then your solution. So I can follow that. And then also you have a really great identification of the essential parts. I know there are a lot of informations about this conflict in general, and then you pick the one that really relevant. So you have a really good eye to pick which one is the most essentials. And then in terms of language, I think you are really confident with the use of your wide range of vocabulary. I see that you handled it well. And then from the question, it says that offer a solution. I know as a student, we can't really offer a solution, but rather you offer some recommendation that we can do to better help those people in need. Okay, so I think you mark all the good things in this speech overall, so I enjoy as well. This is a kind of speech that hopefully could waken up all the people that this issue is humanitarian issue is like our concern right now. And I have some feedback as well. So because this speech has like some materials and the question that you need to ask, so I think you kind of focus more on re-explaining what's happening in this case, so informing about general information or general knowledge about what's happening here. But and then you do address the questions such as what are the challenges, and then you offer possible solution. But I guess that should be the things that is more present in your case rather than general information. So I think it's just like different strategy how you present the information first and then you address the questions. but I think it's better when you address the question first and then kind of link it into general information. But overall, you take all the good things in a speech, how a speech should look like. So both of you doing great. There's no barrier about language. Your delivery is amazing. And then it's just about different strategy, how to manage to organize all the things, because every one of you have been given different topics, and I guess only scores will tell, and I mark as relevant as possible according to the marking sheet that I have. So again, Stephanie, I give you the score, and I hope this score gives you another chance to be in the top 3 or finalists or etc. But let's see what other judges also think. Okay, so keep up the good work, and thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lutfi, for the feedbacks.
Thank you, Mr. Lutfi. We move on to the second judge, Mrs. Farah.
All right, thank you, Murli. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Ms. Vera.
Yeah, okay. You chose this topic. It's such a challenging for I think it's just challenging because it's very sensitive topic. But you give us very objective thing on how you deliver this sensitive issue. You don't bring it into a religion or something like that. But you see the whole things purposely as a humanitarian, and I love that. That's the positive or the plus point that I can give from your speech. It's such a good starting, and it's also right decisions on how to bring this issue into the theme of humanitarian. Yeah, it's just previously Mr. Lutfi said that your strategy is not giving the outlines, just like the previous speaker. However, even you don't give us any what is that outline, but I can follow the speech that you deliver very well. And however, I still of course in your speech, however, because I'm very sensitive to pronunciations, I see minor errors, but it's not so much, but it's just a little minor on the pronunciation, but it's okay. It doesn't ruin the delivery of your speech, and also it doesn't disturb our understanding about your speech. And I like your way and how you deliver a speech, so we are as the audience attract to your speech. You have that power, I think. Okay, good luck. Hopefully the score will be as you deserve, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vera Celeste, for the feedbacks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the third speaker. Hereby we call, okay, before, Saiful, are you there? All right. Hereby we call the third speaker, Saiful Anwar from Siliwangi University. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, moderator. Hold on a second. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, and Salam Sejahtera for all of us. First of all, let's all thank the Almighty God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. It is because of Him that we are all able to attend this meeting and this event. May salawat and salam always be delivered to our Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has guided us from the darkness to this bright modern era that we live in today. Last but not least, let's say thanks to all the judges here and the English competition team that made this very special event even possible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we stand on the brink of the Indonesian presidential election in 2024, it is a must for us to check not only the promises of our candidates, but also the very foundations of their candidacy. Today, I wish to address a matter of great concern that threatens the essence of fair governance, nepotism. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you know about nepotism? Okay, cool. Nepotism, the practice of favoring relatives or close friends in political appointments or business dealings, has the potential to cast long and dark shadow over the quality and legitimacy of our candidates. When individual ascends to power based on family ties rather than merit, it raises serious questions about the principle of fairness, transparency, and equal opportunity that should underpin our democratic system. The quality of our candidates is compromised when their ascent is influenced more by family connections than by their qualifications, experience, and dedication to public service. This not only erodes the trust of the electorate, but undermines the very fabric of our democracy. The highest office in this land should be occupied by leaders who have proven their worth through merit and a demonstrated commitment to the welfare of the people. Furthermore, nepotism taints legitimacy of the electoral process. It creates a perception that political positions are not open to all citizens based on their capabilities, but rather reserved for a select few with the right last name. This perception, whether accurate or not, diminishes public confidence in the fairness and integrity of our elections. Ladies and gentlemen, in the upcoming 2024 elections, we must be vigilant custodians of our democratic values. Let us critically assess the candidates, not just for their promises, but for the way they embody the principles of fairness, equality, and accountability. By doing so, we can ensure that our leaders are chosen based on their ability to serve the greater good rather than persuading a system that favors family connections. So the conclusion is, how does nepotism affect the quality and legitimacy of the government? It clearly does. It clearly shows that nepotism plays a huge role in Indonesian government now. For example, the candidate one is the son of this man. The candidate two is the son of this blah blah blah. Prabowo has relationship with blah blah blah, and the last candidate has good relationship with one of the biggest party leaders in Indonesia. So I don't think nepotism is a good thing because it has some negative effects. For example, it can affect public trust and it can blind the competency of the government because people only know that they're famous or they have power without knowing the real competency that they have. So for me, nepotism equals favorism, and we will never agree with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know politics is not everyone's cup of tea, and it's very confusing matter to dive into it. But please remember, everyone has a part in it. Please know that your voice matters, your vote matters. So let's vote wisely for the future of Indonesia's democracy. And I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Saiful. What a great presentation and what a great speech you did. All right, let's move on to the judging session. First of all, maybe Alutfi first, or maybe Miss Vera first. Okay. Judges, Alutfi or Miss Vera.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Saiful, how are you feeling after you present this kind of ongoing trends, about politics?
I'm shaking, Mister.
Yeah, I can see that compared to the previous two, I can feel the nervousness, but I think you managed it well. It didn't really depict really clearly, but I can feel it that you try your best. So I try to take notes what your performance has good things about your performance. So it's really good that you clarify definition of terms about the nepotism, what is that, and then how it could affect the democracy. And from that, you can really address the question as well. So how the nepotism affect the legitimacy and etc. And then you also over how it should have been ended. I mean, like how the nepotism should be avoided, how democracy should look like. So it's also a good presentation to kind of remind us what's going on and how it should be done differently. And then I have like a feedback. It's about the use of some figurative language. I think some of your language are not direct, so kayak banyak perumpamaan begitu. So if this speech is given to a general audience, it will be like they have to think about it first, and then they can also relate to themselves. So for example, you use like the fabric of constitution, or I think, or different something like that. And then yeah, along the way, while I am in the language interest, and also we are all here in English environment, we can understand that. But rather, if you later on, if you give a speech in a really general issue or in a really public issue, so the language should be like more direct into and more contextual to the people, so they can also relate it. So rather than a figurative language that some people need to unpack it first before they know the real meaning about it. But overall, throughout your presentation, I can really understand that, and I guess you address all the questions very well, and I already give the score, and let the score talks, and then hopefully you also be given a chance to win the third place to second place, or even the winner. Only the score will tell. So good luck.
Thank you, Mister.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, Saiful Anwar.
Morning, Miss.
Okay. I can't see your smile. Seems you are so nervous. All right. Of course, in your speech, there are plus point, also some points that I need to tell you, and this is it can be concluded into the, or not the weaknesses. There's some point that you probably missed. Okay. In the opening, I love your opening. It stated your identity. It said where you are belong, and such as you say thanks to God, and the salutations to Prophet, and something like that. And I love that point because it shows your identity, who you are. And however, in your speech, I say something that really missed, something missed in your speech, perhaps because of your nervousness, because I see that you seem to more focus on something that is in front of you. So we don't see the eye contact of you, even though this is just what is it, a virtual thing, but usually we have what so-called as eye contact, but I don't see that in your performance. Okay, and then probably you have to be more confident on your speech, because it will show the strength in your speech. If you feel the confidence in your speech, it will give us more impressions. So that's, I think, you should improve more on that. You have to be confident on your speech, and give the eye contact to the audience, even though this is only a virtual meeting. Okay, good luck, Saiful Anwar. But overall, it's very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, judges, for giving a verbal education. And wait a minute.
Thank you, Saiful. Yeah, and hopefully this experience gives you something that you can use for later on. Yeah, keep up a good work. Lanjut nih.
All right, let's move on to the fourth speaker. Hereby we call Muhammad Rizky Junaid from University State of Jakarta. The time is yours. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. I will begin my speech in 1, 2, 3. Indonesia has banned e-commerce transactions on social media platforms. The trade minister said on Wednesday, the day when he banned TikTok Shop, which is doubling down on Southeast Asia's biggest economy to boost its e-commerce business. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, best wishes to all of us. My name is Rizky Junaid and I'm from Jakarta State University. And today I'm going to talk about Indonesia banning e-commerce transactions on social media, namely TikTok Shop. Well, as we all know, the government said that the move with immediate effect is aimed at protecting offline traders or local traders and markets, adding that predatory pricing on social media platforms threatens small and medium enterprises. One of the biggest social media platforms, or as we all know as TikTok, the move comes just 3 months after TikTok pledged to invest billions of dollars in Southeast Asia, primarily Indonesia, over the next few years, as part of a major push to grow its e-commerce platform, Shop, or as we all know, TikTok Shop. Owned by China's ByteDance, has 125 million monthly active users in Indonesia and is looking to turn this large user base into a major source of e-commerce revenue. A spokesperson for TikTok Indonesia said it would pursue a constructive path and was deeply concerned about the announcement, especially how it will affect the livelihoods of 6 million sellers. Local stores are active on TikTok Shop. As we all know, that TikTok Shop or social media transaction is a big bomb in the Indonesian e-commerce world, not only because of the convenience in online shopping, but also the prices offered are much lower than those on the market, which ultimately kills or oppresses local traders. But that's the current development. On the other hand, local traders also have to adapt to current developments by using e-commerce facilities so that their products can reach the wider community throughout Indonesia from Merauke to Sabang. Indeed, the TikTok Shop, which offers much cheaper prices, must have its regulation changed. But by eliminating the TikTok Shop is not a solution. What must be changed is the regulation of the price system in the TikTok Shop, how to ensure that the prices offered in the TikTok Shop can match those on the market so there are no killing small traders, businesses, and everyone can benefit equally. Traders at the TikTok Shop make a profit. Local traders can also make a profit so that it does not cause conflict or loss between the two parties and creates trade that is equally profitable and fair. According to data from consulting firm Momentum Works, e-commerce transaction is in Indonesia totaled nearly 52 billion last year, 5% of which took place on TikTok. And this data is clear evidence that transaction via e-commerce reaps significant profits. This is modernization in the trade sector that cannot be rejected. So it's like what I said before, that local people don't want to lose, but they must adapt to technology and developments over time. It can be concluded that TikTok Shop doesn't need to be deleted, and it's not a solution to ban TikTok. But as the adaptation goes by time, we need to adapt with technology. As quoted by Ari Anteru, we need a real solution. Why fight when we can find a solution to get the better of ourselves? That's all for my speech. I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much. What a good presentation. What a good speech by Muhammad Rizky. All right, maybe the judges who want to go first for the verbal educator for giving a feedback.
Halo.
Ya.
Halo Mas Rizky. Saya panggilnya apa nih? Rizky?
Rizky, Mister.
Okay. How about the speech? Are you satisfied with the speech? I think you kind of sleep at the very end. You want to try some quote or anything, but I guess you closed it very well. So how is it? Is there any something that you want to talk about more?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very satisfied from what I said before as my speech. I'm very satisfied, alhamdulillah. And maybe I slip at the very end when I try to quote one of the famous traders in Indonesian businesses, which is Arianteru. Yes, my slip at the very end. That is quite, maybe I said quite in Indonesia, sayang, but.
But we will judge it overall from throughout the session.
Yes, but I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, you should. So I take some notes on your presentation today. So I'm sure Ms. Vera will also agree that you have a really great control over your language. So I feel like I'm listening to some kind of TV news or radio, and you put some great analysis of what's going on with TikToks and everything. And you also present like comparative view. So from the example from the sellers doing online and some people doing offline. So you provide both views, and then you do identify some of the essential keys there. And then, but I have some feedback that maybe it is not clear that you address the question like directly. For example, what is the impact on the seller? So what you do most is like providing the general knowledge or the general what is that what's happening in TikTok ban and etc. And then you rather put the second one, like what is the implication for the regulation, etc. You do that very clearly. So from the two question given, I think you address like one half of it. I mean, like but you pack it really comprehensively. So maybe if I can do the replay, maybe I can find it, but it's not like it's not direct, but you do at some point address the questions. So maybe that's all from me, but it's not something that lower your mark or etc. But I need to kind of more paying attention to what you said, and then you also should like organize things into like maybe some outline would help. I mean, like, what are you going to say? And then we can pay more attention into your analysis. But you do present analysis and you provide what is that alternative views and etc. So I give the marks as you should, and hopefully this brings you to the podium or to the grand finalist and etc. And again, you are one of my representative that is going through from this our selection round. So I believe you can make it, and then we finally see you here, and hopefully you can take the podium, or if not, that's okay. It's a good really experience, and I really appreciate you in the use of great control of your language and etc. So keep up the good work, and we'll see the result very soon. Okay. Oh, I think it will be announced in different days, but I think you did really great today. So but you must be proud of yourself.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
for feedback.
Okay.
All right. It's my turn. Good morning, Rizky.
Morning, ma'am.
Yeah, Rizky. All right, Rizky. It's kind of good strategy in the first opening of your speech. You give us what is that kind of introduction first before you say the greeting, and I love that part, because it makes me curious what you are going to say in your speech, and it makes me curious what later we are going to bring us to your speech, something like that. It's such a good point for me. That's one of your strategy, and bringing the audience to be curious about your speech. And also I like your accents. Actually, it's sounds sexy. Sorry, sounds sexy. Yeah, okay. And then perhaps something that I really missed, you missed in this speech, perhaps it's just you kind of doubt in the end of your speech, confusing. It seems that you confused how to end this speech because I can see in your face. I don't know whether my guess is right or not, because I think it's just like a confusions there in when you want to end your speech. It's like something I miss. I want to say something, but then I forget what I needed to say. But overall, you have a good performance. Like what Mr. Lotfi say, you have to proud of yourself because this is your you have a good performance and keep it up on it. Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback, ma'am.
All right, thank you to all judges. Let's give it up for about education. Let's wait a minute. All right. Let's move on to the last speaker for this final round of English skill competition, Nation 2023. Okay, Frederick. For the last speaker is Frederick. Frederick, are you there?
Am I audible?
Okay. Okay, hereby we call Frederick Jaya Siagian from University of Sriwijaya. The time is yours.
Thank you for the chance. Okay, I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, 1. If you have money, you should have the authority to decide how to use it, right? But could you imagine the money you earn, like from working 7 to 5 every day, and then you discover a game that promises instant money. Initially, you win big, and then it's like the sound of the game, like super win, like scatter, gachor, and it tempts you to keep playing it. Eventually, you find yourself playing over and over again until the money you worked hard for is gone. So this is what is referred to as the vicious circle of online gambling. Yeah, online gambling. That's interesting, right? Ladies and gentlemen, who here is not tempted to instant money? Me personally, I am tempted, yeah. But we are not talking about the desire. We are talking about the problem. According to Center for Financial Transactions report and analysis, that there are about 200 trillion rupiahs of online gambling transaction. And you should know that the player of this online gambling is about 2.7 million people. And one more startling fact that 2.1 million people of these people are middle to lower class. Is that pathetic, right? 200 trillion rupiahs. That's a huge deal, right? And did you know that the case of people who played on gambling, they will become lazier, less disciplined, and this is what happened to my friends, brother, and even my dad. There was a time when my dad, my brothers, and my friends committed to buying things such as clothes, accessories, electronic items, and even things that could make them happy. Yet there was also a time when they got distracted by online gambling. They become more impulsive with their money and rolling dice on the screen and eagerly waiting the most beautiful words they could hear, such as skit, scatter, super win, big win, or whatever it may be. It's unfortunate that my dad and my brothers have been impacted financially. Despite the drawbacks, I just want to prevent them from becoming addicted. Do you know that the worst case is of continuously playing online gambling games? The cost is death. Recently, in 2023, a 40 years old man found dead and committed a suicide accident. The information provided by people at the location where the victim worked indicates that the victim had previously mentioned having a lot of debt due to a penchant for playing slot machine gambling. It's such a vulnerable situation if we don't address it as soon as possible. Personally, I don't want to imagine my friends, brother, and my dad being in that situation. come from my is, I will give you 3 notions of how can we combat this problem. First is regulatory safeguards. In regulatory safeguards, I have 3 notions also. The first one is licensing and oversight. We can implement strict licensing requirements for online gambling operators and ensuring adherence to responsible gambling practices. The second one is advertising restriction. We can regulate the promotion of online gambling to prevent excessive advertising and minimize the potential negative impact on vulnerable individuals, such as we know that the cases recently we heard that many of public figure, they are promoting the online gambling, and it's such not a great thing to do. And the last third is accountability measures, holding operators accountable for implementing effective age verification and security measures to prevent underage gambling. And the second notions is user empowerment and support. The first one of the user empowerment and support is educational campaigns, launching public awareness campaigns to educate individuals about the risk of online gambling and promote responsible gaming behaviors is such an important thing. We should do that. And the second one is self-exclusion and limits, providing users with tools such as self-exclusion programs and deposit limits to empower them to control their gambling habits. The third last is access to support services. We know that we should have been counseling that this is such a thing easily to be accessed, and we can do such any happiness and treatment programs for those struggling with gambling addiction. And the last third notion is collaborative approach. And this collaborative approach, I have 3 notions also. The first one is industry collaboration, encouraging collaboration between regulatory bodies and online gambling operators to develop and enforce responsible gambling features. And the second notions of the collaborative approach is research and adaptation. We can regularly conducting research to assess the effectiveness of existing policies and adapting them based on evolving trends and emerging issues. And the last third one is global cooperation. Promoting international collaboration to share best practices is the most important way. That's crucial thing. And address the challenges of online gambling addiction on a broader scale. Its sides have given a great deal for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the game of life, we should remember that we hold the control. Online gambling might try to deal the cards, but the power to save our destiny is firmly in our hands. Choose wisely, bet on ourselves, and let our decisions be the winning hand in the grand casino of our life. Our destiny is our control. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Frederick. What a good presentation and what a good speech. Maybe we will move on. Yeah, let's give applause. We move on to the judging session. First, I will give to Alutfi, or maybe Mr. Alutfi first. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hello, Frederick. How are you feeling?
Good, but that's a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I can see that as well. Is there any like what is the differences between how girls present and then how boys present? Because I can sense how boys can like show their nervousness, and I can tell that. But overall, you manage it very well, so I can really like. Obviously, you're nervous, but you manage it well as well. I think you master the opening and then the closing. It's like you prepare for that, like the opening, you start with something like really good, and then you start introducing the case and etc. Also with the closing, you did really well. But throughout the core, like I know it's the essential part, it's the main thing. I think you need some signposting. I mean, like all the session has been there to talk about the game addiction, gambling addiction, and etc. But I think signposting is really important. I mean, like what are you talking about? Which part is it, or which part of the question is it, or is it the social cost, or is it the economic cost? You didn't you present it directly, but signposting would be useful later on, yeah. And then you provide analysis and data, like that's really good. Like you provide numbers, which I don't really what is that precise, because how many people, 2 million people, etc. So you provide the number, and then you provide the result as well, the analysis. So this is a very important case, and etc. So that's a really good thing about the presentation as well. You provide some examples, although I'm sorry for the what is that that it happens also to your closest friends or to your family and etc. So you provide a real contextual examples, and maybe that's from me. I mean, the feedback that I would choose is that maybe you can use signposting. I know it's on the EDSA, you can do it really easily in this part, blah, 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 blah. But in speech, you can also use signposting or outlines as well. And then maybe a bit more of eye contact. I know you are very nervous, but try to engage with all the audience as well. So overall, a really good presentation, and you manage it to the final round. Welcome, and then we'll see the scores real soon. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the feedback.
All right. All right. Hello, Frederick.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. All right. So I do agree with what Mr. Lutfi say. You have a good point on the opening and also the closing. Okay. May I ask you, is it the true story based on your closest environment, or is just narrative made up story, something like that? Because the purpose of your speech, never mind, it doesn't count to the the mark. I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I think that's based on my story. That the one who committed suicide is my high school junior high school friend.
All right. All right.
Because of online gambling. So
Okay, I'm so
my
sorry.
my
Sorry
dad
to
and
hear
my
that.
brothers are also playing online gambling. So that's why come from my aunt is I wanna like how to
Okay.
restrict the
Mhm.
advertising of the online gambling.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, Bu, masih di mute, Bu.
I'm sorry. Okay. It seems that when I see the previous speech of the video, you also give us some story. That's probably the what is it? The something that you want to people see as your identity of the speaker, because in the previous speech and in this speech also you give us some story, and it's such a good strategy, because it will be more contextual, because you give us or provide us with provide us with the more contextual story, and it's such a good point. However, it seems that you forget some part. I don't know whether it's forget or you confuse how to explain more or elaborate more on the point, because I can see you roll your eyes, something like that. Because hey, should I remember something and I forget something that usually can be happened when you give a speech. So outlining it will be better to give it can give you a big picture on how you will deliver your speech. Okay, so you don't forget about what you are going to say. Yeah, but overall, it's such a good speech and lesson also, because you provide us with the contextual story with this issue. Okay, good luck. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Hello? Okay. I'm sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of this final round for speech. Yes. Okay. So I think that's all from me. Maybe there is awards or maybe a regard sending from the judges to all the participants in this opportunity and this times. There's a warm welcome or maybe a warm speech from the judges to all the participants in the final round.
Okay. Hello everyone. So regardless you are from the ESA or from the speech participants, one thing that you have to know is that this is what is that learning experience for you to get to know about how the competitions work, how the tensions, how the preparation, how to categorize or to organize the speech or the essay that you are going to present. So hopefully this experience gives you some useful learning experiences for you to apply it in your school or in your study or in your real life. And as the nature of competition, there will be some winners, some others are grand finalists and etc. But no matter what happens next, you prepare and you present today your best. And we as judges mark is according to the rubric that the committee has provided us. So we will work on that, and then what happens after the result, it will be based on the equal condition of the score. So it's not only that I propose this one is the winner, but I also have to consult with the judges whether this is the first or the second and etc. So we will work on that, and then I guess the committee will know what to do next and etc. And one thing that I can say is that thank you so much for your dedication, for your time, for your interest to join this competition. I know there's a lot of things to improve, but overall, this is a good chance for you to improve yourself as well. So thank you so much. Maybe other judges can have also some says. So I'll give some opportunity as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alutfi. Or maybe is there anything you want to deliver, Miss Vera?
It's so simple for me bahwa tidak ada yang sia-sia ya di hari ini. Whether you are a winner or not, the most important thing that you have the experience. It's life learning also because you can handle everything that comes with this competition. Meskipun menang ataupun kalah itu tidak masalah. Yang penting ini adalah pengalamannya. Life experience is something that more important than just winning or losing. I think it's that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Vera. Okay, I am Murti Fidalfat as the moderator. I will permit to leave, and I'm sorry for all the mistakes that I made. I'll give it back to the MC non-formal, Mr. Wahyu, please.
Masih mute.
Oke, halo teman-teman. Semuanya masih berada di dalam room. Oke, finally we are at the end of the final round Nation EDSA Festival 6.0. Buat teman-teman, terima kasih telah mengikuti Nation Competition EDSA Festival 6.0. Semoga bisa menjadi pengalaman buat teman-teman semuanya, bisa bermanfaat buat teman-teman semuanya. Ini merupakan awalan buat teman-teman untuk bisa lebih maju lagi di masa depan teman-teman sekalian. Oke, barangkali dari para dewan juri ataupun yang mewakilinya mau ada closing statement nih dari semua dari awal sampai akhir.
I think I just did.
Oh.
So yeah, thank you so much everyone. So hopefully this experience gives you something that is useful for your life, for your study, and then for your overall learning experience. And see you again in the next session. Yeah, thank you.
Oke, terima kasih Lutfi. Oke, buat teman-teman yang penasaran untuk kejuaraannya, karena kalau menurut saya pribadi, kita sudah berada di tahap ini tuh, kita sudah menjadi pemenang. Kita sudah yang terbaik, kita sudah menampilkan yang terbaik. Jadi tidak mudah untuk bisa sampai tahap 5 besar seperti teman-teman sekalian. Jadi kalau untuk menang kalah itu merupakan bonus menurut saya. Jadi kalau teman-teman pengen tahu aja, nanti bisa lihat di live streamingnya pada tanggal 23 November di YouTube EDSA Unsil. Karena nanti pengumumannya akan dilangsungkan pada saat puncak EDSA Festival 6.0 pada tanggal 23 November 2023 di YouTube EDSA Unsil. Oke, sebelum kita menutup acara pada hari ini, sebelumnya kita akan mengadakan dulu dokumentasi. Untuk teman-teman boleh diaktifkan terlebih dahulu kameranya. Teman-teman boleh on cam semuanya ya, kita dokumentasi terlebih dahulu.
Gak masuk.
Windows sama print screen. 1, 2. Bisa nggak? Apa juga udah.
Untuk tim dokumentasi, apakah sudah melakukan pendokumentasian? Aman ya? Oke teman-teman, barangkali untuk acara final round Nation EDSA Festival 6.0 dicukupkan sekian. Buat teman-teman harus tetap semangat buat kedepannya. Apapun nanti hasilnya, jangan berkecil hati karena udah sampai di tahap ini teman-teman udah luar biasa, udah the best. Teman-teman merupakan the best of the best dari yang paling the best pokoknya. Terima kasih atas partisipasi teman-teman. Terima kasih juga kepada seluruh dewan juri yang telah meluangkan waktunya untuk bisa hadir dan membersamai kita pada hari ini. Oke, dari saya memohon maaf apabila ada salah-salah kata ataupun ada sedikit beberapa kendala. Mungkin dicukupkan sekian. Saya Wahyu Ramdhani pamit undur diri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you ya. Bye bye.
Thank you. Dadah. Terima kasih Lutfi, Bu Vera,
Ya.
Ibu Ayadi, terima kasih.
Thank you ya. Izin leave. Bye.